Why hasn't there been a Ranger's Apprentice film adaptation? I mean, it's an ultra popular book series that's consistently been releasing a book every year or two since 2004. And that's not even to mention Brother Band. Sounds like the formula for a perfect movie, right? Even fucking Aragorn got an adaptation. So why not Ranger's Apprentice? Well, the story starts back in 2008 when United Artists spent seven figures to obtain the rights to Ranger's Apprentice. The big catch here, though, was that John Flanagan would have no say in the film. But for the past 18 years, the film has floated through countless studios. At one point, it was even being financed by a Chinese firm. It's a real thing, look it up. So, to whichever studio does end up making the Ranger's Apprentice film, here's what I think you should do. The two early years books you can bind into one movie and just call it The Early Years. Then you don't actually call the series Ranger's Apprentice, you call it Oakleaf Bearers. Then you can make movies or TV shows or what have you about all the Rangers, not just the ones that are apprentices or have apprentices. And you do what you did for the two early years books for the rest of the series. Whenever an arc takes place over two books, like The Ruins of Gorlin and The Burning Bridge, or The Icebound Land and Oakleaf Bearers, you combined into one movie. But when an arc takes place over one book, like Eric's Ransom or The Emperor of Nihonja, you make that one movie. So the first two books, The Ruins of Gorlin and The Burning Bridge, you just call The Ranger's Apprentice. Then the second two books, The Icebound Land and Oakleaf Bearers, you just call The Icebound Land. Now, you shouldn't call Eric's Ransom. You should call it something more poetic. Now, for The Sorcerer in the North and The Siege of Massendor, you should call it The Sorcerer in the North. Then, for The Kings of Clonmel and Holt's Peril, you call it The Kings of Clonmel. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the name The Emperor of Nihonja, but it wouldn't be the end of the world if you kept it. Then you make the Lost Stories a TV show and make each Lost Story an episode. You could do a Game of Thrones thing where you make each episode an hour. Now, I haven't read Brother Band in a few years, but I do remember that the first arc is only one book. So you make the first book, the first movie. Now, for Royal Ranger, you make the first book, first movie, like you do with Brother Band. But for the Red Fox Clan and the Duel at Araluen, you make one movie, and you call it the Red Fox Clan. And so on and so forth. Anyway, if you're not already, subscribe.